Hey friends, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a Paris unboxing. So I'm going to unbox today, or show you. I'm actually going to show you some footage. I unboxed these officially in my hotel room in Paris because I did not bring back any packaging with me. That's not true. I brought a couple of bags home with me, but any boxes or anything I did not bring. So if you see a box, like for example, I will have a handbag that I'm unboxing. I just grabbed one of my old boxes. I did not bring any boxes back with me because we didn't need to be trying to futz around with any of that. So with that, these are things that I bought on Wednesday, so the second to last day that I was in Paris. So you will have already seen what I purchased during our VIC appointment in Vendôme at Louis Vuitton. You will have already seen that unboxing, and I am very, very excited about that. I'm just so happy to have that piece back in my collection. If you missed that video, I will link it up above here, so make sure you go back and check out what it is I'm talking about. So on Wednesday, Amelia left, and so we had breakfast, and then we, we went and gave hugs and cried and everything and sent her off on her way. And then Claire, Deb, and I went and did some shopping. So I'm trying to remember what we did, but eventually, oh, I know. So Claire and I went ahead, and you will have already seen this vlog. So we started to do some Avenue Montaigne shopping because we hadn't been to that area yet. I mean, except for going to Dior and the Dior Museum. But I wanted to go look at the Louis Vuitton there. I wanted to go maybe to Fendi and some of the other fashion houses, which obviously, like I said, you will have already seen in that video. So as you may have heard, or I think some of us have alluded to, Louis Vuitton was kind of an interesting animal when it came to what they had in stock and what they didn't have in stock. So as Claire and I were walking to Avenue Montaigne, and then Deb came and met us, I got a message from Amelia, who was at the airport. Now, I had been looking for a pair of jeans that Amelia saw. So if you remember, I tried on at both the Louis Vuitton flagship store here on 57th, and then I also tried on, you saw me try them on at the Vendôme appointment, the cropped, sort of slim straight version of what they call the patchwork jean. It's basically got that patch of monogram canvas, and then I think it's got a Louis Vuitton patch maybe on the back or something like that. But anyway, it's just a classic jean. It doesn't have the monogram or anything, but of course I tried on those as well, you'll see. But my point is that I tried those on. Well, Amelia told me that they had a wide leg version of those, and I was desperate to try those on because while I loved the narrower kind of cropped version, I was a little concerned that those might be more limiting to kind of more spring, fall, and not necessarily into winter when obviously your ankle is exposed and cold weather, things like that. So I really wanted to try to get my hands on the full length wide leg version. Well, I asked at Vendôme, and the answer from them was no, those don't exist. I mean, not that they never existed, but just no, they're sold out. They're nowhere to be found. Okay, just remember that. So anyway, so Amelia goes to the airport, and she was flying out of a different terminal than I was going to be flying out of. But she went into the Louis Vuitton store, and in addition to some other pieces that happened to be there that we were told don't exist and would take 3 weeks to order, lo and behold, there they were. And one of those pieces was a pair of jeans. So Amelia showed the client advisor that she was talking to at the airport location and asked them if they had the jeans, and he, I think, maybe had a pair, but not in the right size. And plus, I wasn't flying out of that terminal anyway, but he was checking the stock actually at the Louis Vuitton at the airport terminal that I was flying out of. I was flying Air France. And so he was very kindly checking their stock, and I don't think they had the size either. But he said, oh, but they have it at Samaritain. And the day before, when I was struggling to find some things at Vendôme because they told us that none existed anywhere, Amelia had a client advisor that she had worked with a while ago at Samaritain, and she happened to reach out to her to see if she had any of these items And she also had some of these items that Vendôme didn't have. So I had already had an appointment set up that Amelia set up for me with her client advisor at Samaritan on Wednesday. And so then when she went to the airport on Wednesday and found out that they had the jeans, I texted that client advisor at Samaritan and said, hey, I understand you have these jeans as well. Can you please add that to the things that I want to look at when I see you this afternoon? So with that being said, let's do some unboxing. I will put up the footage here of when I was in the hotel room and officially unboxing these things, and then I will show you what I got from Louis Vuitton Samaritan. Next up, let's do this Louis Vuitton. There's my actual receipt, and that will give you a little clue. And it is, and voila, through the magic of editing, here we are. These are the Louis Vuitton patch. So you can see there's this patch of monogram here, and then there's this like leather tab. It doesn't say anything on it, but you put your belt loop through there. I guess that's also, I don't know what you would put on there. Maybe a bag charm, I don't know. And then the back is just completely clean, nothing. There's a little bit of fading through the thigh here, and I will put up footage again of me trying this on because you will have seen the vlog that already went with this, and so I'll show you again because I'm not going to try these on, but I am about to take them to Louis Vuitton here in New York City to get them hemmed because they definitely are too long, but they're just a clean bottom, and I love them. So it was a really hard decision, you guys. I tried on the monogram version, again in the wide leg. I tried on the slim straight cropped version of these. So basically the slim straight cropped version is this exact same jean. So it's the patchwork jean with this tab here and the patch, but just in a different style jean, right? It's a slim straight, very close to the body, not skinny jean, but a slim straight, and then it's cropped, right? So it's cropped a couple of inches above the ankle. Let me see if there's, the tag is on here, so I can show you if you want the SKU, if you are looking for these. They were, somewhat difficult to find in Paris, but like I said, lo and behold, oh no, they're nowhere to be found. I don't understand what they were looking at, but if the guy at the airport could see that the Samaritan Louis Vuitton had it, surely the client advisor at Vendôme could see that too. I don't know. I mean, we could, theorize on why they wouldn't want to tell me that they had it there because they were going to lose a commission, but they were going to lose a commission anyway because I didn't buy. Anyway, I don't know. I'm a little unclear, but as you saw, I did get these in a 34, which is basically the size that I was trying on all of the jeans in, and I am just so happy that I was able to find them. I think they look fantastic. So basically, we were doing a bunch of stuff on Montaigne, and then something happened with something that Claire wanted to get at the Louis Vuitton Avenue Montaigne store. I'll leave that story to her, but then they needed to go to another Louis Vuitton store, which again is part of that story, which I will leave to them because I was not a part of it. And so I said, Deb, you go with Claire, because I had a feeling they might have to stand in line at that store. They were going to the Champs-Elysees store, which is notoriously known to have a very long line. And I needed to be at the Samaritan for, I think it was like a 3 o'clock or something appointment in the afternoon. So I was like, okay, Deb, you go with Claire because if she has to stand in line, she should have somebody to talk to, whatever. I will go to Samaritan. You guys come and meet me after you're done. So you will, I'm sure, have heard that story already, but then they came and met me. So I tried on the wide leg monogram pair again, the slim straight cropped version of these, and these. And it was a really hard decision, you guys. I love, scratch that. I love all 3 pair of these jeans. And I'm almost considering adding the other 2, which adding the other one of this one in the slim straight seems stupid, but on the other hand, it's a totally different jean. And then I think, well, adding the monogram is stupid because it's also a wide leg, but I love wide leg. And I mean, I own probably 10 other pair of wide leg jeans. It's not like, you know, I can't duplicate having another pair of wide leg jeans because I already have one. I mean, that's just not the way I roll, especially when it comes to denim. So I don't know. I am really, really torn, and I hate the fact that, you know, obviously I'm going to pay more for them here if I get them. But anyway, I'm contemplating. We'll see. I'm going to try on when I take these in to get them hemmed. But I did get the hanger. I did keep that. It came in like a, I don't know, like a, they put it in like an envelope kind of pouch thingy that I did bring home, but the adhesive is all messed up and it was going to rip, and I didn't feel the need to put it back in. So anyway, these are amazing. Absolutely love them. So glad that I got them. Next up, I think in order, I think this was the order, maybe not. I could be flip-flopping these, but this was all from the Samaritain locations. Okay, so everything that you're going to see here in this video I bought at the Samaritain department store, which is very much like Bon Marché or Galeries Lafayette, where there are luxury concessions in all of those department stores. I would just say Samaritain is definitely smaller. It's definitely quieter. It's way quieter than Galeries Lafayette. It's maybe about the same as Le Bon Marché, but it's definitely smaller than Le Bon Marché. Le Bon Marché definitely has more luxury outlets than Samaritain. But Samaritain, I think, from what Amelia said, I think is the oldest department store in France, or in Paris, maybe France too, I don't know. And I think it closed for a while and then it reopened. So anyway, the next will probably come as no surprise, and it is from, as you can see, Loewe. So again, through the magic of editing, I will pop up the official unboxing here. Next, let's go to the beautiful Loewe package or bag. They always do a beautiful job. Here's my receipt. Oh, I hate that I'm having to open this, but it's fine. It has to get packed. So again, if you know my wish list, you probably know what this is. And surprise, surprise, another pair of wide leg jeans, which is kind of another reason why I'm thinking, all right, do I really need the monogram LV ones? But they're so different, you guys. They're so different, right? I mean, they have a pattern, it's the monogram. Anyway, so these are the Loewe baggy jeans. These are the ones that they've changed now, right? And I'm actually about to take these to Loewe to get hemmed as well. The guy at Loewe in Samaritain was like, oh, you don't need to get them hemmed. They're supposed to be super slouchy and like dragging on the ground kind of. It just, I don't want to walk around in New York and have them dragging. I mean, they're still going to be very long and still kind of get that little bit of puddle effect, especially on the front of my foot, you know, like on the vamp part, but I don't need it to be so long that it's dragging on the ground in the back. So anyway, so you've got this patch pocket here that says Loewe. Obviously, again, it's open so you can thread a belt through. Otherwise, they're just a clean front. This is a zipper fly. So by the way, it is the Louis Vuitton. And then of course, the best part about these is that embroidery. So as I mentioned in the other videos, and again, I will pop up pictures here of me trying on, I don't know if it's going to be me trying it on at Galeries Lafayette or at Samaritain. I can't remember what I filmed at Samaritain now or not. But they changed this. So a few months ago, they discontinued the original ones that they came out with, which had a white, it was basically like a white fabric that was on the inside of the knee, and the anagram shape, whatever, logo was cut out. So you saw the white through that cutout. This is embroidered, and it's in, as you can see, a navy embroidery. So it's much more tone on tone. It's coming off a little more obvious, I think, just with my light and everything. But I think you guys, when you see me, you know, try it on, you'll see that it looks a lot more demure. All right, I totally forgot that I wore these once, which is why I know that, well, because I was going to go with the guy's recommendation of, oh, you can just leave them like they are, and then I wore them, and I'm like, yeah, no. So anyway, if you are looking for the SKU on that one, or the item number, take a screenshot of that. it doesn't have a price on that one, but you know, they were a great savings as they normally would. So yes, very, very happy that I have added these back in my collection. These, I think it said on here, but these are also, yeah, in a size 34. And the final item that I bought at Samaritan, I bought at Celine, and this was a wish list item. So to be honest with you, I think all of these things were kind of wish list items, which, you know, that's a great thing. I'm thrilled that I was able to tick some of those things off of my list. So again, I will pop up footage here of me unboxing this because it did come in a box, but again, did not elect to bring that home. So I will insert that footage and be right back. The smaller bag here, this is from Celine, and this, I'm pretty sure this was on my wish list. Here's the box. And it's upside down. There's what's in the box. And again, through the magic of editing, here we are. Probably can guess what's in here based on the size of the dust bag, but I got the reversible Triomphe belt. Let me make sure I'm holding it up the right way. There we go. So that is what the buckle looks like. Hopefully that is focusing. And it's brown on one side and black on the other, as you can see, and it comes with two of the strap catcher things. So you take, you know, obviously the one off depending on which way you're wearing it. If I was wearing it on this side, I would take the black one off and it would look like this. And obviously if I was wearing it on the black side, and basically all you do is, it's just like if you're familiar with the Hermes interchangeable buckle, is you undo that and then we would flip it over to this side, and you just, there's a hole here and you just pop that through like so, and now you have a black belt, and you would take this one off and you would use the black keeper. So very excited that they came out with this reversible version. I had the black, as you guys know. I have a brown that is just kind of a look for less. There's no logo or anything. There's no, you know, Celine markings on it or anything. It doesn't have any of this branding on it. It has a very similar looking buckle, but it doesn't say Celine on it or anything like that. But I loved my black one. I wore it all the time, and it just, I tried adding some holes to it, but it just became way too big and too long, so I couldn't continue to wear it. So I've actually passed that along to my daughter, but that is the final thing that I got at Samaritan. So there you are. So basically, yeah, I got the one thing at the Louis Vuitton VIC appointment at Vendôme, and then I got these 3 items at Samaritan. But we're not done yet. We have several other things to show from my very last day of shopping on Thursday. So my flight didn't leave until 6:30 p.m. So I had a decent amount of time in the morning and early afternoon before I had to leave for the airport, and I made use of that time. So if you want to see what I got up to on that day and what I got, make sure you stay tuned for the vlog, and then I'll show you what I bought. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of the items that I picked up on this day. I personally am thrilled with what I got, so very happy about that. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like sirens, you can give it a thumbs down. Sorry, I have the window open. It's beautiful outside here in New York. I think where we're moving to is going to be significantly quieter than where we are here, even though it's definitely quieter than other places in the city, because we're near the FDR, which is kind of a highway. A lot of like ambulances and things will travel on that, and we do also have a hospital like 3 blocks from us, so we do hear some more sirens on here. We're moving actually to 5th Avenue, and that's all residential there, so hopefully it should be quite a bit quieter, although I'm sure that there will be sirens as well, because obviously if somebody needs an ambulance somewhere on 5th Avenue, we may hear it. But anyway, where was I? If you enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy this kind of content, I'd love to see you back here. Click the subscribe button. Thank you so much for getting me to 6,000 subscribers. I was over the moon when I woke up and saw that the other day, so thank you so much. I love hearing from you all, and I just think that this community is absolutely fantastic. So thank you again for that. But if you haven't joined, I'd love to see you back. Click the subscribe button and the notification bell and come join our little community here. And if you want to keep on watching, there'll be another video up here that you can, or over here, I should say, over here, that you can click on. And wherever you are, I hope you are having an amazing day or evening. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.